What up, what up, what up? Welcome back to Let's Talk Bulls, the number one Bulls podcast in Chicago. What we're going to talk about today is the Chicago Bulls hosted the Utah Jazz at home, and they got the victory, winning 130-113 to break their three-game losing streak and to get their third win on the season. And what a game it was. We had some great moments during this game that we're going to talk about. And a great part of the game was making sure that the Utah Jazz could not do what they wanted to do. So, if you're not subscribed already, make sure you hit that like button, you hit that subscription button, and you ring that notification bell so that you get all the notifications for when I drop these videos. What we're about to do is start out right after this. So, let's sit back, let's have fun, and most importantly, let's talk Bulls.
Give me the hot sauce! Give me the hot sauce, Bob!
So the Chicago Bulls finally show us the type of offense that we wanted to see. This is a game where the Bulls showed what their identity is. Right from the start, we came into this game, we did what we were supposed to do, and we played our hearts out from start to finish, not letting up until Billy took out every single starter. We kept going at the Utah Jazz the entire game. This is the type of game, as a Bulls fan, we want to see. Now, mind you, the last part of this few last games, we have gotten to a point where we have all been angry. But this is the type of team that Chicago deserves. This is the type of team that it seems like the front office wants. If you look at this game, we were attacking off the dribble. We were attacking the rim consistently, but we also were connecting from three. This is what happens when this team starts to hit those three-pointers and we start to really shoot consistently. We have a great game. We score the most points we've scored all season with 130 points in this game. It was a pleasure. It was an absolute pleasure to watch this team play the way they play tonight. So the key points to this game is that we were attacking the rim. Kessler is one of the best defensive bigs in the league. He's averaging 2 blocks a game. 2 blocks a game he's averaging. He got 3 blocks in this game, but the Bulls did not let them stop him. They were attacking him the entire game. Zack was going right at him off the dribble, going to the rim, trying to get the contact, trying to get the foul, and that's what I want to see Zack do. Do not settle for threes. You are too athletic, too strong, and too fast to sit at that three-point line. Yes, you are a great shooter, but you are also a great slasher, and I love to see you attack the rim with aggression to make sure you were doing your thing. Zack in this game had 24 points, 2 assists, 3 rebounds, and he did what he was supposed to do. He played within himself, and he did what the Bulls needed him to do when they needed him to do it. Demar also had a great game, 21, 5, and 4, so we got Zack and Demar to play a good game together and do the things that they're supposed to do on a game-in and game-out basis. Vooch also picked in with 10, 8, and 4. Mind you, I think Vooch could have had a better game. He did miss a couple close layups. He's been doing that since the start of the season. I do think that's going to eventually start going down. He's not going to keep missing those shots, but he had a lot to deal with in today's game. Kessler is a big body man down there. He had a lot to do with trying to get to the rebounds, trying to make sure he could score, and Kessler was holding him off. So I do not blame Vooch too much in this game. It was a hard matchup for him, but he still put in everything he needed to do in this game for us to get that win. Last, Coby White, 18, 3, and 7. 18, 3, and 7. This is the Coby I love to see. Coby White being a point guard. All of the people out there saying Coby can't be point, we need to put DeSumo at point, someone take over at point, we need a true point guard, we need this type of point guard, Javon Carter should be a starting point guard, everyone else should be a point guard. Coby can be our point. We just have to put him in the position to make good decisions. When Coby is playing pick and roll with Vooch, he makes the right decision most of the time. Now, does he make mistakes? Yes. but this is growing pains. The biggest issue we had with Kobe when he first started is we constantly kept putting him back and forth in different positions. He was starting at point. He was on the bench. He was shooting guard. He played a little bit of small forward if we needed it. He was coming off pick and rolls. He was handling the ball. We just kept moving him around and didn't let him learn a set part of the game. It seems like the Bulls are actively trying to give him this point guard position and let him grow into it completely. I love Kobe at the point. I'm one of the people who out here on here who do love Kobe at the point. A lot of people don't, but personally for me, he is our starting point guard. Now, mind you, Kobe to me is the starting point guard, but that does not mean I don't love Javon Carter. Javon Carter came out, played his game. He showed that he is our confident shooter on the field. 12 points in the game. He was 4 for 8 from 3. And honestly, he was not afraid to shoot. He was pulling up at any possible moment he could on the fast break, off a screen, off a step back, fake step to the side, 3. He was doing everything he could to look for those 3-point shots. And I think this is the type of offense the Bulls need. We have players who can drive. We have players who can attack. And now we have players in Javon Carter and starting to be in Dosunmu who shoot shots when they're open. They look for that 3-point shot and they try to make as many as they can. The fact that Javon Carter, I believe, had 7 3-point shots, I believe in like the first, 2 quarters, he was throwing them up. And that's what you want to see from someone who comes off this bench. The Chicago Bulls bench today played absolutely amazing. They scored 53 points off the bench. 53 points off of our bench, right? Our bench did what they need to do. This is the type of game we wanted to see from them. And another big part of the bench, other than Javon Carter looking like a Lil Wayne album out there, he was on fire. He was hot, right? Now we also had P. Will. Patrick Williams, this game, 3rd game in a row, being aggressive off the bench. I really think moving him to the bench was the right decision. He is doing everything we need him to do. He is moving off the ball. He's attacking the rim. He is shooting when he's open. He's shooting pretty deep threes, honestly, too. This man is pulling from far out. He is definitely showing confidence in his game. And honestly, at one point, Patrick did something I don't think I've seen him do since he started in the NBA. He did a little fake step, drive through, spin at the end to try to get a layup. It didn't go in, but that's the type of stuff I want to see Patrick do. I want to see him attack the rim. He has so much to his game, and I think there's a lot of things we haven't seen yet because he hasn't been confident enough to try them in a game. But in this game, you can tell he was not afraid. He was looking for his shot. At one point, I think it was him and DeMar on the court, and he took 3, 4, 5 shots before DeMar even got a shot in. He was attacking consistently. That's the type of Patrick Williams I want to see. And if this continues, it's only going to get better and better for the Bulls. Mind you, we also had Caruso, and you know what Caruso does when Caruso's in the game. Doing the hard hat things, 10 points, doing what he had to do. He got 3 assists as well. He was on everyone, guarding, full court, putting pressure. That's a big thing for the Bulls this game, and I want to see it going forward in the next games. We were pressuring the Jazz full court for most of the game. There were different parts in the game where we would throw it on, throw it off, but a lot of different parts in the game, we were playing full court. We were pressing. We were getting the ball out of those dribblers' hands, making them make decisions, and honestly making them make a lot of mistakes. The last time I checked on the Jazz, I think they were at 23 turnovers. 23 turnovers. The Bulls dominated them on turnovers. They dominated them on points after the turnover. I believe they had 30-plus points off of turnovers against the Jazz. That is what you want to see from your Bulls team. We're one of the best teams when it comes to getting steals. We're one of the best teams when we are out there driving on the fast break, moving fast, doing what we need to do. And honestly, this game proved it. This team needs to play fast. We need to let our defense decide what we're doing, and then we need to attack the rim with everything we got the entire game. It was so amazing to see us finally play a way that worked and stick to it. Last, I want to talk about for the Bulls, drumming off the bench. Big Cat doing what he does, 12-7. And honestly, congratulations to the Big Cat, Andre Drummond, passing 10,000 rebounds. That's right, 10,000. You know how hard it is to do 10,000 of anything ever? What's the one thing in your life you have done 10,000 of? Just think about that for a second. If you had to do one thing 10,000 times, that is what you call a rebounder, an NBA player, right? He's one of the best bigs in the league when you talk about backups, and we have him on this team. We need to use him more, let him do what he does and be big off the bench, working hard, putting it in on the boards. What a great game from this team. Now, mind you, Lauri still went off. It's Lauri. It's the Bulls. He always goes off against the Bulls. He's just one of those players that when he plays us, he's going to get his. 29 points. He is just a scorer, one of the best shooters in the league. And at one point, I think they said he's shot the second most threes in the league behind Steph Curry. You have a 7-footer shooting behind Steph Curry. And put those two in the same category is crazy. That really shows you he is hitting these shots, focusing on being the focal point of the offense. And honestly, I hate to say that we let Lauri go, but I love to see him go to a team that is using him in the right way and letting him take off and become the type of player, the type of star that he's supposed to be. Kessler for the Jazz threw in 17 of 15 with 3 blocks. Man's a big man. Sad to say, this is a game where the Jazz have 2 players the Bulls could still have. Lauri, Kessler, we did not take Kessler. We took Dalen Terry. We could have had the big man. But that's what goes to show you that anybody in this league can go off. The Bulls thought that Dalen Terry was going to be the next big thing for them. He was going to be somebody who fits this system just the way they wanted to with some work. But Kessler also would have fit this system. He just kind of grew into that development a little bit quicker. He was a little bit more NBA ready. And that's just something that happens in the NBA. Mind you, is it something we can be sad about? Yes, it is. But good to see just the Bulls, even when facing something like this, play amazing, play the game they're supposed to play, and do the things they're supposed to do. Now, the Bulls do have a lot of home games coming up. I believe out of our next 7 games, 6 of them are at home, and one of them is in Milwaukee. So we're not going to have to take a plane flight anywhere. We're not going to have to do a lot of travel. We get to sit and focus and really use this next little bit of time, this next homestand, to incorporate what we need to incorporate to be better. It seems Kobe is very comfortable at home. I need him to do that on the road. But maybe this streak will let him get really into that set. It'll let us really focus on our identity. And I really hope that this team next game continues to push the pace and attack the rim the way they did today. Man, just an amazing game. The type of game you love to see as a Bulls fan, the type of game we deserve as a city. And I'm happy to see this. Mind you, I'm not putting too much into it. It's the Bulls. I need to see 2, 3, 4 of these type of games going back to back to back for me to really think that they've turned that corner. But I love what I saw tonight. Please leave in the comment section. Let me know how you felt about this game. What do you think that Kobe did? How do you think that P. Will did? How do you think about Javon Carter pulling up whenever he wants? Let me know how you guys are feeling after this amazing win. Hope you guys had a great time. Next time we're going to have some more fun. Peace.